Did you know that 80% of lower body exercises people do are practically useless? I didn't believe it at first either, until I looked at the science. Turns out your legs only need 5 key movements to stay strong, mobile, and injury-free for life. Skip these and you're setting yourself up for inevitable falls, weakness, and dependence on others as you age. Ever feel like standing up from a chair gets harder every year? No matter how much you exercise? I used to think that weakness in my legs was just a normal part of aging. But what if the exercises we've been doing completely miss the movement that matters most? There's one test that changed everything for me: the sit to stand with no hands. And no, it's not just another leg exercise. It's actually a survival indicator for how long you'll maintain independence. We've always been told to do leg presses and weighted squats in the gym. But what if those movements don't carry over to the single most important thing we do every day? Think about it. When was the last time you sat down on a leg press machine in real life? Never. But you sit down and stand up dozens of times daily from chairs, toilets, car seats, couches. That's the movement that actually determines whether you can live independently at 70, 80, or 90 years old. Here's how it works. You sit in a chair with your feet flat on the ground at hip width and cross your arms over your chest. Then you stand up completely without using your hands, arms, or momentum to help you. Once you're standing upright, you control yourself back down and sit again with the same precision. This might sound too basic at first, but research shows that people who can't perform this movement have drastically higher mortality rates and earlier loss of independence. In fact, studies show that the sit-to-stand test is one of the strongest predictors of future falls, disability, and need for assisted living. That means practicing this simple movement can actually extend the number of years you live in your own home without needing help. And the crazy part is that most people train their legs with every machine and barbell exercise except the one movement that determines their future quality of life. Their gym strength doesn't transfer to real life, but yours can. So if getting up from low seats requires you to push off with your hands, maybe loaded barbell squats aren't what you need. Try doing this for sets of 10 reps, keeping your weight centered in your heels and your torso upright. If you can't do it hands-free yet, begin with a taller chair and progressively move to lower surfaces. Even starting with a kitchen counter-height stool and working your way down to a standard dining chair is legitimate progress. The beauty of this exercise is that it meets you exactly where you are right now and gives you a clear path forward. You might think calf raises are the ultimate lower leg exercise, but what if I told you there's something far more critical? A muscle that protects your shins, prevents falls, and hardly anyone trains it. Imagine a muscle running down the front of your shin that pulls your foot up with every step you take. When it's strong, you never trip. When it's weak, you're one uneven sidewalk away from falling on your face. And get this, a study found that older adults with weak tibialis anterior muscles have dramatically higher rates of trips and falls. That's huge. It's like walking around with a mechanical failure waiting to happen. Runners train it to prevent shin splints and stress fractures, but it's just as vital for anyone who wants to walk confidently and avoid stumbling over curbs and carpet edges. It's called the tibialis raise, and once you try it, you'll realize you've been ignoring the most important muscle below your knee. Most people have never even heard of this muscle, let alone trained it intentionally. But once you start working it, you'll notice the difference immediately. Your ankles feel more stable, your walking feels more controlled, and those little stumbles that used to happen all the time just disappear. The key is the contraction. You can sit in a chair with both feet flat on the floor or stand with your back pressed against a wall, keeping your heels glued to the ground. Lift your toes and the front part of your foot as high toward your shins as possible. Hold that peak contraction for a full second, feeling the burn on the front of your shin, then lower back down with complete control. If you rush through it, you will miss all the benefits. The slower, the better. But why is it so effective? The tibialis raise does something special. Unlike calf raises, which only develop the back of your lower leg, this strengthens the anterior muscles that control foot clearance during every step you take, which is crucial for fall prevention and ankle stability. But it's not just about avoiding falls. This exercise also improves your balance and coordination. Think about it. How often do you hear about older people tripping over nothing and breaking bones? The tibialis raise trains the exact muscle that keeps your toes lifted and prevents those devastating trips. When you walk upstairs, navigate uneven terrain, or even just step over your dog lying on the floor, that tibialis anterior is working overtime to keep you upright and safe. Lifting weights is great, but real knee health isn't about avoiding certain positions. It's about owning them. In everyday life, you don't keep your knees behind your toes when you squat down to pick things up or tie your shoes. You bend deeply with your knees tracking forward. This movement trains your knees to be resilient, stable, and pain-free through positions most people are terrified of. It's a true test of functional knee strength that challenges everything we've been taught about protecting our joints. It's called the ATG split squat. And ATG stands for ass to grass, meaning you're going as deep as humanly possible. All you do is step one foot forward into a lunge, then descend until your back knee touches the floor while your front knee pushes forward past your toes. Sounds risky, right? But once you try it, you'll feel how much real knee strength it builds compared to restricted movements. The first time I did these, I was shocked at how much control and stability I actually had in that deep position. It's like unlocking a range of motion you forgot you had. So what makes it work? Your front knee travels forward over your toes, which is the exact thing traditional fitness advice tells us to avoid. But here's why that's backwards. Studies show that the knee joint is designed for this forward movement, and restricting it actually increases stress on your hips and lower back. The stronger your knees through their natural range, the lower your risk of injuries, chronic pain, and needing surgery as you age. When your knees can handle their full range of motion under control, everything else in your life becomes easier. Climbing stairs, getting in and out of cars, playing with kids, all of it improves. To do it, stand with one foot far in front of the other in a split stance. Drop straight down until your rear knee gently makes contact with the ground. Your front knee will push forward naturally, sometimes moving several inches past your toes. Your torso stays vertical and your core stays braced. Once contact is made, drive through your front heel to return to standing. Start with body weight only. If that's too challenging, hold a door frame for assistance. If it's too easy, hold a weight at chest level or wear a weighted vest. The key is depth and control, not speed. This is one of the simplest and most powerful exercises you can do. One move that builds bulletproof knees for life. Did you know that most lower body training completely ignores loaded carries? We squat and deadlift, moving weight up and down, but these don't teach us how to transport heavy loads while walking. The problem? Real strength in life isn't about lifting, it's about carrying. So why would your training ignore it? When's the last time you had to squat something off the ground and then just stand there holding it? Probably never, but how often do you carry groceries from the car? Haul luggage through an airport? Move furniture? Carry a sleeping child to bed? That's real-world strength, and it requires an entirely different kind of training. There's one exercise that fixes this. It strengthens your grip, core, and legs while improving posture all at once. It's called the farmer's carry, and it develops your lower body in a way that machines never will. Instead of just moving weights through space, you grip them and walk with them, challenging your hands, core, legs, and balance in an entirely different way. Research shows that grip strength is among the most powerful predictors of longevity and overall health in aging populations. Weak grip strength correlates with earlier mortality, increased hospitalization, and loss of independence. When you can't carry your own groceries or pick up your grandchildren, quality of life plummets. The farmer's carry trains exactly this kind of real-world strength. It's functional fitness in its purest form. And how do you do it? Pick up 2 heavy weights in your hands. Dumbbells, kettlebells, or loaded grocery bags work perfectly. Stand tall with shoulders drawn back and core engaged tight. Now walk forward with steady, controlled steps, maintaining perfect upright posture. Continue until your grip fails or you complete your target time or distance. Use the heaviest load you can manage while keeping your form locked in. Don't lean sideways or allow your shoulders to roll forward. It might feel straightforward at first, but that's a sign the weight isn't heavy enough or you haven't walked far enough. When you're using appropriate weight, you'll feel your entire body working to stabilize the load. Your traps, your abs, your glutes, your legs, everything fires together to keep you upright and moving. Now, if you're someone who deals with chronic back pain, knee pain, or joints that ache every time you move, I want to tell you about something that can help. Doing these 5 lower body exercises is great, but if you want a complete day-by-day program that restores your strength and mobility from head to toe, that's exactly why I created Reboot Your Body. It's a simple, step-by-step 30-day program designed to help you move pain-free again so you can get down on the floor with your kids or grandkids, get up without wincing, walk without hip pain, and actually enjoy being active instead of dreading it. No more constant aches holding you back. No more feeling like your legs are giving out. The link is in the description below if you want to check it out. All right, now back to the exercises. Lifting weights is great, but can you move in reverse? Imagine walking backwards through a hallway. Your brain is confused, your quads are firing differently than they ever do walking forward, and your balance is being tested in completely new ways. No familiar patterns and no forward momentum, just coordination and control. Sounds easy? Try it. Walk backwards for a full minute and tell me your legs don't feel completely different. That's what retro walking is. And when you get really good at it, you can add inclines or weights to make it even more challenging. This exercise makes your knees, balance, and coordination crazy strong. Did you know that walking backwards activates the quadriceps muscles up to 250% more than normal forward walking? That's not a typo. Your quads have to work dramatically harder because they're controlling your descent with every step instead of just propelling you forward. If forward walking or running bothers your knees, this might be your solution. Studies show that retro walking can significantly reduce knee pain while building strength because it loads the joint through different angles and movement patterns. That means walking backwards could literally help you rehabilitate damaged knees while avoiding the pain of conventional training. Athletes use this all the time during injury recovery, and there's no reason you shouldn't benefit from the same technique. To do proper retro walking, clear a safe space like a long hallway or empty parking area. Stand with good posture and glance over your shoulder or use a mirror to see your path. Step backwards carefully, touching down with your toes first, before rolling to your heel. Keep your core tight and your upper body stable. Move deliberately and focus on balance rather than trying to go fast. The goal is controlled backwards walking for 30 to 60 seconds per set. Then rest. If flat ground backwards walking becomes easy, you can walk on a slight incline, increase your pace gradually, or carry light dumbbells to increase the difficulty. The essential element is maintaining perfect form and moving safely while challenging your body through this unfamiliar pattern. Don't be surprised if it feels awkward at first. Your brain literally has to create new neural pathways for this movement, which is part of what makes it so valuable. Knowing these 5 exercises is one thing, but how do you actually use them in your training? You don't need to spend hours in the gym. Just 2 to 3 sessions a week is enough to build real lower body strength, mobility, and resilience. The secret isn't doing more, it's doing the right things consistently. These 5 movements cover every angle of lower body function: sitting and standing, ankle stability, knee strength, loaded carrying, and movement coordination. Combined, they're a complete lower body program. Start by performing each exercise for 3 to 4 sets, focusing on slow, controlled movements rather than rushing through reps. Quality always beats quantity when it comes to functional strength. For the sit to stand, begin with a chair height that allows you to complete 10 reps without hands. Do 3 sets. Keep your arms crossed and your weight in your heels. As you build strength, lower the chair progressively. With the tibialis raise, aim for 3 sets of 15 to 20 reps. Begin with just body weight, then progress by adding a resistance band looped around your foot or a lightweight plate. Slow control is everything here. For the ATG split squat, go for 3 sets of 8 to 10 reps per leg. Master body weight depth first, before adding any external load. Only add weight when you can smoothly touch your back knee down on every single repetition. The farmer's carry is your finisher. Grab the heaviest weights you can control and walk for 30 to 45 seconds per set. Complete 3 sets total. Focus on posture, shoulders back, chest up, core tight, and 0 slouching. Finally, retro walking works perfectly as a warm-up or as a standalone training segment. Complete 3 sets of 30 to 60 seconds. Start slow and practice near a wall where you can reach out if needed until your coordination improves. Gradually increase speed as confidence builds. If you're a beginner, do this routine twice a week with full rest days in between. If you're more advanced, 3 sessions per week will help you build strength even faster. This isn't just another workout, it's a complete system to make you stronger, more mobile, and more injury resistant for life.